Hello, everyone, and welcome back again to Slowing Down in Lockdown with Jenna and myself, B. So, in the first episode, we looked at questioning why do we slow down? And then in part two of the series, we looked at how we can find incredible benefits of slowing down. And in this part, we're going to actually invite you to start integrating your own way of slow living into your life in the way that works for you instead of how others are actually living slow. So should we maybe share about how we define slow living? Because I know that even though there are some similarities between yourself and myself in the way we live, it's still quite different, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Go ahead.
All right. Okay. So in my life is so for those of you who don't know me, I'm B. I live in nomadic life, which means before COVID happened and I was in lockdown, I was actually moving houses every single month, sometimes every 3 months. So what I want to iterate here is that slowing down doesn't necessarily mean the speed, like you do everything very slowly. It's not that at all. It's living in a way that is more aligned to you, and this is my pace. This is the pace at which I travel. I love to travel more slowly, and therefore I have this nomadic lifestyle, which allows me to, instead of going for a holiday for 1 week, I actually go for 1 month, sit there, I actually settle there for a month, and then do life with the locals, and then integrate myself into the society. And that's how I live. And I also carry my business with me. So I am an entrepreneur. And I find that slow living helps me so much to deal with the transitions of and adjusting to nomadic lifestyle as well as managing businesses. So I have two businesses. One is incorporated in Mauritius and the other is incorporated in the European Union with two different teams. So my team is remote as well. And I think that if I didn't do slow living, I would have never been able to manage all of this and still meet my goals and still do all the things that I want to do. And that allows me to pace myself. It allows me to pace myself not only in how I travel and the speed, but also in how I actually get things, I actually get results in my business on whatever I'm working on. Yeah, so that's my own definition of slow living. I would love to hear more about you, Jenna.
Oh, I just wanted to mention that I think that is so great and amazing that you say that the slow living is what allowed you to have these businesses or like two businesses, not just one, and teams. Because how often do we not equate owning a business to hustle and
Yeah.
staying up all night and never having time for your family or your hobbies or to take care of yourself, that you're just supposed to go, go, go. So I'm really excited that it started for you that way. For me, business ownership started in that stressful place. And I usually say that I switched my 9 to 5 to a 24/7, but I'm sure I wasn't actually working 24/7 because in there somewhere, I mean, I was out with the dog and I was binging on TV, but it felt like the feeling was of always kind of being present in the business in my head, even if I wasn't working on the business. So slowing down, like I mentioned in part two, where I was kind of forced to slow down because of health reasons, that helped me get clarity on what matters. So now I take it as a regular practice to take time to look at the big picture and see what is all this stuff that I've decided is important to do in my business or in my life. And then when I have that space to slow down, I can just see so much clearer what matters and what doesn't. And then because I'm able to get that time away, I still, when I work on those things that I've decided matter, then I work hard. Then I get a lot of things done, sometimes in short periods of time, and I work hard. So it's not about me like doing all the work things slowly. Like you mentioned, it's not about just like going at sloth pace with everything. But because I'm able to see what matters and what doesn't, I can then make space for those things that do matter, like being present with family and with friends, or just with myself. I'm able to slow down in those moments because I can focus well when I know what I'm working on, and I can do those things in a shorter time than the even the regular 8-hour day, but definitely no more 24/7 for me.
I really love that. And I love how, even though we lead different lifestyles,
Mhm.
and yet we both do slow living. And this is something very important that I want to stress out to everyone who's listening here now, is that slowing down is something that anyone can do if that's what you want to incorporate more in your life. It's available to everyone. It does not matter where you live, who you are, um, what's
What you
your
do for
background,
work.
what you do for work. Yeah, it really does not matter. Of course, everyone is going to have their own definition, and that's what this episode is about. It's
Hmm.
going to mean different things for different people. One thing that I forgot to mention when I was sharing about my, the nomadic lifestyle, is that one of the important things that I discovered is that I have been in, like, over the past year in my nomadic travel before COVID happened and clipped my wings. I found myself in different locations. I was first in Mauritius, which is a tropical island, like where the pace of life is naturally slower than usual. So if you send an email, you will receive an email 3 days later. People will respond to you, or it takes 40 minutes to drive from my place to like visit my friends, when the same distance would probably take in a city, um, 15 minutes. So I want to say that here, that it actually doesn't matter where you are. I've been in cities versus islands versus countryside, and it's possible to do slow living. It's a state of being.
Hmm.
It's a mindset, and not so much, what speed are you doing things at, or what are the top 10 to-dos if you want to do slow living. So we would love to encourage you to come up with your own definition of slow living. And I don't know if you have anything else to add to that, Jenna.
I liked that part about that you mentioned that it's a state of mind versus
Mhm.
like just the physical being. And I think that's so important to remember because it is really easy to come up with excuses for not being able to slow down. Like, well, I don't have kids, but I can see it being easy to think, well, I have 4 kids, so there's no way. But if you kind of already start to slow down in those things that you're doing anyway, like we're all hanging up laundry, or we're all doing certain things, or cooking, like what if instead of doing those things and we're rushing through, like, okay, I got to do this, like whisking the thing, but what do I have to do after? If we just enjoy the thing that we're doing, because we're going to do it anyway. So that's already a way to slow down without it taking really extra time. And it gives us some mind space from all of that stuff. Like, don't worry, you'll remember to do the laundry after whatever, even if you don't keep repeating that stuff.
Mhm.
I think that's something important, that we can slow down even if we don't change the
Yeah,
physical at all.
absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, we hope that this gives you more clarity on how we do slow living, how we define it into our own lives. And then we invite you, yeah, go and make your own definition, come up with your own definition of slow living in a way that works for you. So
Mhm.
now we are going to say that, yeah, we hope that we've given you, in this 3-part series, all of the different tools and prompts and stories that will help you come up with your own own way of integrating it into your life. So we hope you've enjoyed this series, Slowing Down in Lockdown, with Jenna and myself, B. And now perhaps maybe we can end up with letting people know that if they want to dig deeper into this, perhaps where they can find us, where they can continue the journey with us.
Do you want to start? Should I start?
Yeah, sure, I can start. So I am
Awesome.
B. I am a personal brand architect, and I basically help people, which are dreamers and doers, to craft themselves a purposeful and profitable brand for themselves so that they can work in a way that's really aligned with their values and who they are. When you do it this way, then it doesn't lead to burnout or overwhelm or um, just this constant stress or hustle. You know, you can really feel authentically aligned with who you are. So it's working smarter, not harder, and it's pacing oneself to achieve the goals. And
Okay.
we would love to hear about you.
So I'm Jenna. I'm a self-care advocate, and I help women get clarity on what to prioritize and actually get those things done. And that includes taking care of yourself too.
So we are going to leave all our links below, so you can just can click on there and follow. And we really hope that you have enjoyed these series that we wanted to do, especially for you, especially during this time of slowing down in lockdown. Enjoy and bye bye. Ciao.
Bye.